Back in LA, I'm looking at something very sexy. It's sales data. Some of the sexiest sales data I've ever seen.
The more information feels like a physical object, the more all the stuff that's evolved in your brain goes to work and can easily understand it.
I'm in the company of John Underkoffler, who's devoted his life to designing user interfaces which take huge quantities of data and turn them into visual things that our visual brains can understand and analyse.
And the idea is that you can spot patterns here that you wouldn't be able to if you just looked at the numbers.
In our empirical experience, that's exactly right. The human visual system is amazingly good at seeing patterns.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is build interfaces at large scale that let people do that.
Okay. I mean, we really are inside the data right now.
You're inside someone's spending habits, yes.
I've been in worse places.
And this technology is not just research, it's already being used by large companies to visualize information and take a view on the data that's usually impossible to get. The high-def screens and super smooth animation are controlled by the wand, which can be used to spin stuff around, zoom it in, and fly through it.
But we can pull ourselves up through the city like this to get a comprehensive view of the city.
Now, it is very reminiscent of the kind of user interfaces featured in the movie that's become a touchstone for this kind of thing, Steven Spielberg's Minority Report. And there's good reason for that. John is the man who designed the user interfaces in Minority Report.
I had been at the MIT Media Lab for many, many years and was building interfaces like this, sort of next-gen UIs. And one day, the production designer for Minority Report, which had just been greenlit, a remarkable guy named Alex McDowell, visited, and we got to talking, and he said, I think this solves Steven's problem, which is what do computers look like in 50 years. So I moved out to Los Angeles and spent a year designing the entire technical, architectural, social, political world of Minority Report.
And for those who don't quite need the full Tom Cruise experience at the moment, and who wouldn't, here's something that's a little more workaday. Only a little, mind you. This is John's office collaboration tool called Mezzanine, which allows many people to show and discuss their work on the big screen or on the wall. Mezzanine allows anyone to use any device, and their screens will appear up here on the wall. So we've got 2 tablets, we've got 2 laptops there as well, and those screens are currently being cast onto these walls. Then anyone can pick up a wand and grab a screen and move it somewhere else. So I'll pop that over there. And when I say anyone, I don't just mean anyone in this room, I mean anyone in any office that's currently connected. In this case, it's New York. Hello, New York. Wand away, please. And there. He's pinching one of our images and taking it to New York. So out go the one-person presentation style meetings, and in come a kind of free-for-all where anyone can show anyone anything, be it their own personal screen or video feeds from the web or live camera footage from in-office whiteboards. The future's not just about sharing screens though, it's also about sharing processing power too. John's newest project is an operating system that would allow different computer programs to interact with each other simply by moving the devices they're running on closer together.
So the data from the city planning module is now flowing through the signals analysis module and is informing the grid management module. That means any program can talk to any other program, just like you and I using English can talk to anyone who also speaks English.
Compatibility, John?
Infinite compatibility.
That's a rude word when it comes to technology. Nothing talks to anything else. Well, it'll be a brighter future if it happens, I have to say. It's interesting, for years Minority Report has been the go-to vision of the future, almost a cliche if you ask me, and yet here it is actually happening and writ large. Writ very large, actually. That's it for this week. More from the US next week. In the meantime, you know where we live on Twitter @BBC Click. See you soon.